Hey everybody, it's episode 422 of PodQuest.
Hey!
It's Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. I am Chris. With me is Druten.
Hello.
And Walnut.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
I'm tired.
Me too.
Yeah, I've been a little out of it over the past few days, so I'm also tired.
You're always a little out of it though, so.
I've been a little bit more out of it because of work and stuff, and had a little pseudo incident with the puppo yesterday, and so.
Oh, is he alright?
Well, I do have to bring him to the vet because I saw like some marks on his underbelly, but not for that. He decided to get into the trash can yesterday, and while I was in the middle of streaming, and so I had to run and get him out of the trash, and he got mad at me and snapped at me and grumbled at me, and so I after that disassociated for a little bit while on stream. So, it was somebody decided to put trash in the trash and it was full, and he got into it, and it was just a whole big incident of him grumbling at me and snapping at me because he's a resource guarder and he wants his food.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, cause there's nothing I could have done to get him away from there besides move him. And so I moved his butt and he barked and then started to come towards me and growled at me while he was right next to me as if I'm the king here. I'm get the fuck outside, you dumbass. And I got him outside, closed the door, took the trash out.
I mean, it is
yelled
kind
at
of just
people.
chase his house at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. It's covered in his fur anyway, so.
I mean, he just kind of does what he wants, where he wants, when he wants.
Yeah, kind of.
He has claimed that house as.
Yeah.
Well, I guess up front, just an update. We're changing things up a little bit this week. We're not going to do book club at the end of the episode like we normally would. We're actually going to do that next week, which we're actually just going to record later on tonight. But
yeah. A little BTS. Cobb's going away next week, so we're recording 2 episodes this week, which is why we decided it was smart to push off NLL to next week's conversation.
Yeah, there was a lot of streams and nukes, so plenty to talk about.
We are still going to keep the book club schedule to what it has been. It's just we're going to be delayed on this one, and then there will be a short week for the next one. But at the end of this episode, I will say what to watch to give you guys that 2-week notice. Just not really. But we're not getting the normal conversation until next week, and then the week after, back to back, essentially.
Oh man, you're gonna tell us the next book club before we finish the last one?
Well, I mean, technically we have all had finished, but I want to give everyone still the full 2 weeks to be able to watch it.
Yeah, no, that is a good idea. I was kidding.
I know.
But anyway, Rich, what do we have on the agenda for tonight?
So there was a Disney big D23 announcement for everything. I really only mostly paid attention to the shows and movies and shit, not even to the fucking video games. Apparently there was an Ubisoft thing, or just Assassin's Creed, the Expo. Then there was a State of Play, as well as a Nintendo Direct yesterday, the 13th of September. And then there's some information coming out from the studio that creates the Yakuza games. So it's a lot of new stuff coming out, and new information coming out for new releases or upcoming releases.
Yeah, and I think there was enough stuff that I figure we'll just cherry pick things. Because there was not everything that was shown at these different events was even almost worth talking about.
No. I mean, there were some cool things at each of the events, but you're right. It's just not everything was major, not everything was necessary. It's basically just pick the things that you're most interested in, or that you turned around and said, "Oh, that seems neat."
Yeah. So to start with the D3 or D23 Expo stuff, they show a lot of trailers at that, but then they, similar to what they do at Comic-Con a lot of times, they choose not to immediately put them online. So there are quite a few trailers that are just not available to watch unless you were there. Such as Indiana Jones 5. Which apparently Harrison Ford came out to introduce and got emotional, which is not something you necessarily think of Harrison Ford doing about a movie. He always just seems so gruff and angry.
Maybe this is his last Indiana Jones. Maybe he dies.
Well, I think he did say that this is going to kind of do it for him because he's 80.
He can't really do much more indie because it's just he's He's up there, man. He is up there.
But it's also entirely possible that he was just acting when he was getting choked up because, like, he's actually a good actor. So, you know.
Nah, bullshit. Bullshit. But yeah, this is the first time hearing of an Indiana Jones 5. Like, I didn't know this. I knew that they're doing a National Treasure with, I don't know who the new actress is.
Well, so it's a series. It's a Disney Plus series.
Oh, it's a series.
Yeah.
And they had the new actress. I don't know if it's on this.
It is.
article.
It's down near the bottom of it.
I'm finding it in a second.
It's the
Here we go.
fourth from the bottom.
Harvey Keitel tells Peter Sandusky does return. Oh no, they don't say who the actress is in the base.
I haven't looked into it a ton, but to my understanding, it is a like continuation of like the franchise. It's just not with Nick Cage and stuff because it's a series. Like it's going to be a Disney Plus show.
Yeah, which you know what I'm all for. I'm all for more National Treasure. I would love to get
those movies are actually like they're fun. They're like fun, stupid popcorn movies.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to them for anything deep. You just go. You go to them for Nicolas Cage being like slightly less insane than he gets to be in some of his like wilder movies.
Mm-hmm.
But like, man, they steal the Declaration of Independence. Anyway.
Oh shit! I didn't.
What?
So I'm going through this list, and one of the things that they're showing is information for Captain America: New World Order.
Yeah, because the leader is back.
Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of this stuff because just everything info dropped on us. It's the main villain is Samuel Stern, who's the leader, who was in Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton.
So they have not revealed that whether he is the main villain. They've just simply returned that he is returning as the leader.
Okay, well yeah, but it's like he's one of the villains or a villain, which I'm just like, because I was scrolling through and I'm like, why do they have the dude from Hulk or the Incredible Hulk here in this friggin' in this spot? And so I read that real quick, and that's pretty sweet.
They have basically made the Incredible Hulk like 110% canon at this point. Because before, like, it was just more assumed than anything. Like, there was the stinger at the end of the movie with Robert Downey Jr., but then nothing beyond that. And then, like, when they brought the Hulk in for the Avengers, totally different actor. Like, you didn't really get anything about his history with that. But now, like, they've brought back General Ross, though I'm drawing a blank on the actor's name, but he passed away, so that character's gone again. They brought back Abomination, and now they're bringing back Stern.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I was never like doubting that this was in the MCU, because there was that pre-Avengers comic called like 2 weeks or whatever, which takes place in the 2 weeks before Avengers.
Yeah, it was like Fury's like rough week or something like that.
Yeah, which is the everything from Iron Man 2 to Hulk. Iron Man 2, Thor, and Hulk are all in that week. Yeah. And they reference Hulk in those comics.
So I did not mean that, I didn't mean that that the Incredible Hulk wasn't part of the MCU. I just meant, like, that was one of those movies where they tend to not really bring up any of that the way that a lot of the other movies that were actually done by Marvel still kind of factor into some of, like, even when it's just, like, background stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, that was a Universal movie, so, like, Marvel didn't have the rights to it, so, like, they just kind of let Mark Ruffalo's Hulk kind of become its own character. And, like, they even had that kind of, like, break the fourth wall joke in episode 2 of She-Hulk, where, when she calls Bruce to see if it's okay if she defends Blonsky, and he's just like, yeah, like, it's been years, like, I'm a totally different person now.
Yeah.
And, like, does, like, it's not like an actual wink nod at the camera, but it was very much like a wink nod at the camera sort of moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's cool. The only people they have to bring back now, which, like, Liv Tyler, I guess, like, they could bring a Betty Ross into it if they ever, like, actually give, like, the Hulk a proper solo film.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'd be fine if it was anyone other than Liv Tyler. I don't like her. But also, fucking Phil Dunphy was Doc Samson in The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Let Phil Dunphy into the MCU. I forget the actor's name.
Ty Burrell.
Yeah,
Thank
Ty
you.
Burrell. That's
I knew it was Ty something.
Also, let's just get Edward Norton in to the MCU somewhere. Edward Norton's great.
honestly, like, aside from him apparently just being a complete douchebag to work with, he's a very good actor.
Yeah, I think that's more the problem. Is like he was a pain to work with Hulk, from what I hear.
Yeah,
and I don't know
apparently
if he's just in general a pain.
He apparently like tried to exert a lot of control over that movie,
which is why they didn't continue to use him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like it would be cool to have him like in there, but like I get it. Maybe if they do another multiverse, but then it would make the Incredible Hulk a multiverse movie. But no, it'd be silly.
It would be. They also they did show off the cast for the Thunderbolts because they'd announced that they were doing the Thunderbolts at Comic-Con. It was part of the MCU timeline. That's going to be the summer 2024 team-up movie.
Yeah, hopefully they can actually give Taskmaster a personality this time, and not just have them be a robot.
I mean, Taskmaster doesn't really have a personality. They're fucking boring.
In the things I've played, Taskmaster has had a quippy person. In the things I've experienced of Taskmaster, he has had like a quippy, like pseudo Spider-Man-esque personality. Like he's more than just a robot.
I mean, he is more than just a robot, but I just mean in general, like, Taskmaster is, like, his personality is not a good one. Let's put it that way. Like, he is very, very rarely has anyone written him as a character that you give any sort of fucks about. And, like, he has that very, like, kind of generic, like, I'm better than you villain vibe to it when, like, he always gets beaten.
See, here's the thing. This Taskmaster didn't even have that vibe.
This
Taskmaster was just, I'm a robot.
Yeah, but they were like a silent, cool badass.
They were boring because they didn't do anything. They fought.
No,
that's it.
They did the superhero pose. They did with the leg out on the knee and the fist on the ground. They did it.
It was a bad villain. Bad villains in that entire movie. Like,
bad villains in the entire MCU.
Yeah.
Like, Marvel has had like 2.5 good villains, and they've killed them. Like,
yeah,
that's the one thing. Like, superhero movies, they have not figured out how to have a good villain, and if they do, they kill them, and then that's it.
Yeah, but that's like they did good with Vulture, and they didn't kill Vulture, but we're probably never going to see Vulture again.
Yeah, like the Vulture was fine, but that was also partially handled by Sony. So like, who knows how much, because at the time, Sony was pushing really hard because they wanted to try and kind of branch things out and do more solo movies and like stuff like that with the catalog of characters they had access to. So by not killing a villain, that gives them a character that they could then put into another movie.
Yeah, but I feel like with Morbius, they're going to just give up.
Oh, they already have, Kraven is still apparently happening, and I'm pretty sure there's that Black Cat Silver Sable movie is still happening.
I don't know.
They shouldn't. Don't get me wrong.
I can't keep track with Sony's movies.
I like the Thunderbolts cast though. It's not exactly like the Thunderbolts per se. Because like none of these characters are like outright villains, except for the Taskmaster robot and Ghost. Ghost,
but also Ghost wasn't fully a villain. Ghost was just being manipulated by Lawrence Fishburne.
But like they were treated as villains in their movies, I guess you could say. Whereas like Yelena wasn't really a villain, Red Guardian wasn't really a villain, Bucky not a villain, and like U.S. Agent hadn't hit that point yet. Like, and like I feel like I hope his next thing is not this. Like I hope we see him in one other thing just to like see him get to that point, because the Thunderbolts, kind of like the Suicide Squad, always have like, not always, but generally have like a hero with them too. That's kind of like that like Rick Flag-esque character trying to like keep the bad guys in line.
Yeah, and that's gonna be Bucky.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that in that image next to Ghost? Is that supposed to be Julie Louis-Dreyfus?
Yeah, that's her. Okay. Valentina. I forget her whole name.
Okay, because that image just doesn't look like, in my opinion, doesn't look like her.
Yeah,
I've just been struggling.
I'm assuming that these Thunderbolts are not the government Thunderbolts that like they sometimes are in the comics, and she is probably the one flipping the bill for it or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's the one who basically gave what's his name, U.S. Agent his everything, and she's the one who tipped off Yelena. Or Yelena.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how that group does come together, because like Bucky and U.S. Agent, like, do not get along. And, like, U.S. Agent definitely hates Bucky.
Yeah,
So.
like, that's the most interesting call, I think, out of all of this, is to have Bucky. Because, like,
he was on one of the more recent Thunderbolts teams, too, so he might be no, you know what, Taskmaster has definitely been on Thunderbolts teams, and I'm pretty sure U.S. Agent has been, too. I don't think the other three have.
Mm-hmm. But, moving on from that one, we got a teaser for The Secret Invasion, which I have not had a chance to watch yet.
It looks like it's going to be more in the vein of like Winter Soldier again, like where it's a little more like gritty, like thriller spy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But with like obviously with the Skrulls, playing like a big part in it. I believe Ben Mendelsohn is supposed to be reprising his role, which is exciting. Like I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be in this as whatever the Skrull's name was that he played in Captain Marvel.
I don't remember.
Yeah, like you know, like the main Skrull that
I know who you're talking about. I don't remember their name or anything like that.
Yeah, but it's that character, and I'm pretty sure he's supposed to be reprising the role for it.
Yeah.
And there was also the Werewolf by Night.
Yeah,
thing.
Which I absolutely loved everything about that trailer. The filming style, the art style of the filming, like the campiness of the acting and the stage sets. And just, like, all of it, I loved. I am so stoked for this, even though I have no idea what the fuck it is.
Yeah,
I want it. I want it so bad.
It does look really cool. It has that, like Golden Age monster movie feel, like the old, like, Dracula and Wolfman and stuff like that. And apparently it's going to have Elsa Bloodstone and Man-Thing in it.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they'll have a cameo from Oscar Isaac.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. It depends on how long this is, because it's a special presentation. If it's a single, like, movie length thing, then I don't know if they'll get him. If it's like a series, maybe.
I don't know. If they could have easily
anything,
filmed a scene with him during Moon Knight's filming and tack it on as like a credit scene.
That's what I'm thinking. If anything, probably not Oscar Isaac, but Ethan Hawke as the Moon Knight before Khonshu goes to Oscar Isaacs, because this looked like it was a little bit of a dated series, like something that was a little bit like what's the word?
Like something
like
that takes place
like a different time era, like not that much older, but like maybe in like the 70s or 80s type of thing, which would be prime Ethan Hawke being Moon Knight based on the Moon Knight chronological order.
And actually, so I just happened to I can't do it again, son of a bitch. I clicked on a random spot on the timeline of that trailer, and I swear I saw a moon for a second. Like that, the white crescent moon symbol for Moon Knight. So maybe, oh no, I'm sorry, I found it again. It's just somebody's eye. It's like the black and white, overexposed view.
Yeah.
But like Moon Knight debuted in a Werewolf by Night comic, so like it would fit to do that. And I am curious if it is like a period piece or if it's actually modern time and they're just filming it to look like that.
I don't know, because like they're also doing like the weird thing with the person inside the crypt that's like kind of Crypt Keeper-esque, like practical effect, like animatronic, which is just like a lot of the takes that or a lot of the shots, a lot of the things that they're doing with this is just such an old school style, and I'm so pumped for it.
Yeah. Other than that, to kind of round out the Marvel stuff, they confirmed that the Fantastic Four is going to be directed by Matt Shakman, who he was one of the directors for WandaVision.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then they confirmed that Loki season 2 was like in production.
Yeah, which
and I think next year is when it's supposed to come. But other than that, like apparently there's an Enchanted sequel.
Mm-hmm. Disenchanted.
Yeah, which okay.
It's coming to Disney Plus in November, so
yeah,
the end of November.
Finally got a Little Mermaid trailer after that movie's been in production for like 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, they've been like, I'm not surprised it took this long to get it all like full and going because of all the underwater shit and whatnot. That's also similar reasons as to why it took so long to get the new Avatar, because it's dealing with a lot of water and underwater effects and things like that.
Well, he also didn't start filming those until like 2 years ago.
Yeah. more than that, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think The Little Mermaid's going to translate well to live action.
I don't know. Well, I'll have to wait and see. I never watched Mulan. I never
saw Mulan either.
I'm behind on a lot of Disney stuff in general, but like somebody I saw on Facebook put a really good take of these movies aren't bad. We're not its target audience. The kids that watch it seem to enjoy them. And so it's not necessarily bad. It's more geared for kids. So might be the same deal. Might not necessarily be bad. It's just we're not its target audience. But I haven't watched a trailer. I don't know how it's going to look physically yet.
That's the thing. It physically doesn't look good because underwater is hard to pull off. So it's one of those things where you have the actress and then everything but her face basically is CG.
Mm-hmm.
Because, half her body is a fin, so that's CG, and then her hair is also CG'd. So, it looks super, super fake. And when it's supposed to be live action, you're basically doing a CG movie.
Yeah.
Just call it a CG movie and just make the whole thing CG. But it'll the girl has a good voice at least, but, I don't know. Little Mermaid's a good movie. I just don't know if, live action is going to suit it. Just half the movie is fucking under the water and with, weird sea creatures and shit.
Excuse me, cop. Half the movie is under the sea.
I fucking hate you.
I see what
you're the worst. You're just the worst.
Down where it's wetter. Down there it's better. Under the sea.
But there were a ton of other trailers for things that, everyone's kind of known that was coming. There was an Avatar trailer for The Way of Water that I didn't watch because I just don't care. Santa Claus, National Treasure, Percy Jackson, Andor, Tales of the Jedi, Willow, Inside Out 2 is coming, Hocus Pocus 2.
Wonder if the trailer they showed for Avatar was a new one, or if it's been the same one they've been showing.
Yeah, that I don't know because I haven't watched any of them.
There's another Disney movie with Alan Tudyk voicing an animal.
Oh, wait, which one? I don't know that I saw that. Is that Wish?
Wish. At the very bottom of the list.
Oh, yeah, there's his name.
He's talking goat.
Nice.
So I guess he'll actually have speaking role as an animal this time and not just make chicken noises.
Have you ever seen the video of him talking about doing the chicken in Moana?
Yeah.
No.
Well, what one? There's the behind the scenes video of him in the studio. I've seen that.
So there's also a clip of him explaining how he gets in the mindset for it, in a very super serious way that he is one of the few people that can pull off talking like that to then cut to him portraying the chicken as just this idiotic chicken.
I believe it.
Have either of you guys seen the show that he's doing right now? Probably not.
No.
The Alien one, right?
Yeah, Resident Alien.
No, I haven't.
I don't know if it's on any of the streaming services. If you like Alan Tudyk just being over the top stupid, it's actually a really good show. He is an alien that was sent to Earth to destroy the Earth. He gets into an accident and then has to take over the body of a doctor he finds in the woods and pretend to be that doctor while he searches for his ship that crashed in the Rockies or something like that. And he hates people. He learned English and humans from watching 10 seasons of Law and Order because that's just all that was available in the cabin that he found.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just it's him just being Alan Tudyk turned to 100%. It's great.
Yeah. I real quick the Avatar trailer, same trailer they've been showing everywhere else.
Huh.
Yeah, I'd watched 20 seconds of it. This is the same exact thing. So it wasn't even a new trailer that they released. Or at least this article doesn't have a new trailer that they released.
If you read that thing, the blurb underneath, the audience was shown a private screening of films from the scene in 3D. So they just tagged the trailer in here because it's the only
okay.
It's the only video for it.
Okay. I'm interested in Percy Jackson. I liked those movies. Or I saw the first one, never saw the second one. But I really enjoyed the first one. But yeah, the thing that made me laugh most were people were going nuts because we got a Mandalorian Season 3 trailer. as if we weren't getting the Mandalorian season.
But it's like a year out. Like, it's not coming out till next Christmas.
But it's sometime. New season will land on Disney Plus sometime in 2023. There's no actual date, just 2023 in general. At least according to this article. But it's just like, it made me laugh. Like, we knew we were getting this. We knew, if you watched the Book of Boba Fett, or Boba Fett and Friends, like, you knew we were going to get more Mando and Grogu. Like,
yeah.
You just, it explained, it showed it right there. Like, we were gonna get more. The end of it had Mando and Grogu together. They wouldn't have done a whole event with making his ship if they weren't gonna give him more. It made me laugh. Like, oh my god, we're getting Mandalorian Season 3. It's like, duh.
Yeah, like, everyone knew it, and you're showing a trailer a year in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Aside from the D23, Disney also had a Disney and Marvel Games showcase.
Mm-hmm.
The only two things that I think are worth mentioning is Amy Hennig, and her Skydance New Media Group studio.
Mm-hmm.
They announced that they are working on a Marvel game that is set during World War II and is going to focus on Captain America and Black Panther.
Yeah.
And it's apparently going to be like a very like single player narrative driven game. So
yeah, and it kind of almost seems as if it's like Captain America versus Black Panther type of thing.
Yeah, and it's T'Challa's grandfather, so it's two Black Panthers prior to like what people are familiar with.
Yeah. And then there was they also had the official release date for Midnight Suns is December, so it was pushed back.
Yeah, only a little
only like a month or so. So which I'm decently interested in that.
Yeah, I do actually want to try that. Everything else that they had here was it was a lot of mobile games.
Mm-hmm.
And then just a lot of like stuff you'd expect from Disney games, really.
I'm just upset Marvel Snap you're not taking pictures of all 151 Marvel characters.
I mean, that they did miss a good branding opportunity there.
Yeah, it's a collectible card game, but like it should have been. Like, I think it was my brother who posted it on Discord. It was like Marvel Snap, and I straight up was like, "Oh, we get to take pictures of Marvel characters." They really should have done that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Nintendo would refuse the like they would go after them for that, like without a doubt.
I mean, look, Peter Parker is a character in the Marvel universe.
Oh, how cool
who
would
takes
that be?
pictures.
You're fucking Spider-Man taking pictures of other heroes? Man, what the fuck, guys?
This is Peter Parker before Spider-Man.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's him in New York City taking pictures of superheroes. And then at the end of it, he gets bit by a spider and becomes Spider-Man.
No, I mean, he has to be Spider-Man. This way, like, you can get all the pictures. Because otherwise, like, he's not taking pictures of, like, Iron Man up on top of a building. He's a fucking little nerd on the street.
Exactly. They're gonna be shitty pictures, because he's getting better.
The only other thing I thought was actually interesting in here is, they announced that they're releasing some new character packs and a new edition for the Skywalker Saga Lego Star Wars, and they're adding Captain Rex, and that's all. I'm just Captain Rex. He was the clone trooper commander assigned to Anakin.
Okay.
And was a really good character in Clone Wars, and he went into Rebels. And yeah, they're also adding like Andor, and apparently it's gonna be 13 character packs. Including 6 new packs that contain additional characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't really understand that wording, but
they're
adding Rex.
Even see that. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Otherwise, like, everything is just like a bunch of new game releases. We've gotten so many game releases. They have AR games. They have an AR game being developed by Niantic, which is just, I don't know. I'm over those. Especially after fucking Nintendo has spent 5 minutes about Pikmin fucking Go.
We'll talk about that.
A game that's been out for a year and a half now. Like, why? It's a glorified pedometer. That's it. It's nothing else.
You are unfortunately not wrong.
I have it. I've downloaded it. I've tried it out. That's all it is.
Did you see how excited Miyamoto was about it, though?
He's excited about everything he does, though. And
I know,
like,
he loves making games.
He does. But we'll get into that in a little bit. We still got
the Ubisoft Forward.
The Assassin's Creed showcase.
There was more than Assassin's Creed.
How much more?
No, there was.
There was some Mario and Rabbids Spark of Hope.
So, this article that you linked starts with 1, 2, 3, 4 Assassin's Creed headlines.
Yep.
And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
Yep,
9,
keep going.
10, 11 other subheadlines.
And then there's
oh no,
more
12,
Assassin's
12.
Creed.
12. And then there's Assassin's Creed for Netflix. So that's 5 Assassin's Creed.
But look, man, you start out strong with Assassin's Creed, you finish off weak with live action Assassin's Creed.
5 Assassin's Creed, 13 other subheadlines, which means a quarter of this showcase was Assassin's Creed.
And
that's a lot of Assassin's Creed.
All right. So,
but you know what? Well, let's say 6 Assassin's Creed, because Skull and Bones is just a spin-off of Assassin's Creed 3.
Well, I was going to say an almost Assassin's Creed Skull and Bones.
Yeah. So, like, that's 6 Assassin's Creed articles. So, but no, like, it was a lot of Assassin's Creed, and then I don't know what they released.
What else does Ubisoft do?
Exactly. Trackmania, apparently. I didn't know that was Ubisoft.
4 Tom Clancy headlines.
4 Tom Clancy headlines? Yep.
Yeah, I mean, almost all Ubisoft games can be broken down into, is it Assassin's Creed or is it Tom Clancy?
Fucking 3 Division sub-headlines on this.
Can we get Tom Clancy's Just Dance?
I would pay.
Can they just start
buy that.
sticking Tom Clancy or Assassin's Creed on the front of every game?
No, I mean, look, Tom Clancy's Assassin's Creed.
No.
The Hunt for Red October.
All right, never mind. You see,
it's a 15th century assassin having to stealthily eliminate everybody on a stolen Russian U-boat in the late 1980s.
So when I was a kid, my favorite movie was October Skies. It's a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. He wants to be a rocket engineer. Blah blah blah. Every time I saw The Hunt for Red October on TV, I was like, "It's an October Skies sequel," and it wasn't.
Yeah,
I never
totally
sat down to watch it or anything, but I was because I don't think my parents had the channels, but we still had it on our guide, and I was just always like, "Oh, I should watch the October Sky sequel." It's definitely not the October Sky sequel.
You would have been very confused as a child, where they're talking about a Russian submarine, but it's for some reason piloted by a burly Scotsman.
I mean, I wouldn't have noticed.
That's fair. You wouldn't notice now.
I don't see accent. Okay, come on now.
No, you do when it's Sean Connery.
True.
I mean, when it's Sean Connery, you just know it's Sean Connery. That's all.
That's my favorite part about that guy is, like, in Highlander, he played a dude from Spain, Scottish accent.
Yep.
In fucking The Hunt for Red October, he plays a Russian, like, war criminal general, fucking Scottish accent.
I mean, he was a Bond.
With a Scottish accent.
Yeah, he's supposed to be British. But
Scotland's part of the UK, it's fine.
Yeah, but they don't want to be associated.
No, that's Ireland.
Right, sure, never mind. Anyway, we had a bunch of Assassin's Creed. There's going to be a Assassin's Creed. It's codenamed Red right now. It's like in Japan. Then we have Assassin's Creed codename Hex, which I don't really. It's only a 30-second teaser reveal.
So
I don't think
the one in Japan is going to be more aligned with the, like, modern ones where they're big open world RPGs that take 120 hours.
Yeah.
The other one is going to be set more. It's going to be set 20 years before Valhalla in Baghdad, but it's going to focus more on the core original Assassin's Creed mechanics of stealth, parkour, and assassination.
Yeah, and they're making the smart, bold decision of having the director of Watch Dogs Legion direct Assassin's Creed Red.
Yeah, I mean, it tracks for me, man.
Watch Dogs Legion was garbage, from what I recall.
People ended up liking it after a while. It was one of those games, but all those Watch Dogs games have actually been garbage, so.
Yeah. Well, the first Watch Dogs wasn't bad.
It was mediocre. Like, I think all of us have kind of said it over the years, like, all Ubisoft, like, open world games are the same. It's climb a tower, scan your surroundings, move to the next thing.
Pretty much.
Like,
and then Watch Dogs added it's Grand Theft Auto, so I immediately was turned off on that series.
Unfortunately, yeah, they did kind of do that with that one. But yeah, all the other Assassin's Creed stuff kind of doesn't matter. But what does matter? Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Yep, that's getting a Rayman DLC.
Which is actually kind of cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for Mario Rabbids 2. I really enjoyed the first one. I'll probably be getting. I might not get it launched because that's. Is that this year?
Yeah, it's like next month.
Yeah, so October is pretty full for me when it comes to what I'll be doing gaming wise. And then we get God of War in November. So probably won't be getting Rabbids 2, Mario vs. Rabbids 2 for a while, but it's definitely a game I want to get.
Man, you just play that while you're playing God of War. Like when there's a cutscene, you do a quick map in Mario.
I also have to get fucking Pokemon.
You don't have to. You hate Pokemon.
No, I love Pokemon, but it's.
No,
I know I don't.
You think you do, but when was the last time you actually enjoyed playing one of those games?
I enjoyed playing Legends Arceus up until the end.
I feel like you didn't like it. Drew, don't you agree?
No.
Didn't he seem to hate it?
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed playing Legends Arceus up until the end. I also enjoyed playing Sun and Moon, but was just, or not Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, but was just like, again, it was the very end. It was the post credits shit that just like really kind of frustrated me, and it was like,
yeah. So a third
pointless.
of the game.
No, I mean no, not quite, but like it's just like there are aspects of Pokemon that I love, and what they're doing with this new one, I'm like super excited for. Really interested to see how they're going to do a lot of the new stuff with the new Pokemon.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the fucking crocodile-looking dude who has wheels but runs on his legs.
Yeah.
That reminds there was like the new Pokemon stuff that wasn't during the Nintendo event, but it was announced after we last recorded.
Yeah, I kind of skipped it because they're getting to that point now where they are. I forgot it. I actually forgot it happened. That's why I didn't include it. I skipped watching it though because they're doing that thing where they're just over informing us at this point.
I mean, but at the same time, they were like, they did give us some interesting information, at least, with the auto battle, capabilities.
Well, bring that up during the Nintendo section.
But it's not in there.
Well just remember.
Remember.
Yeah. I'm not gonna remember.
Make yourself a little note.
Just have the conversation. We're having it now. Just have the conversation.
No, we're talking about Ubisoft. We have to talk about Skull and Bone.
No, we don't.
You're
it's a
excited
sailing
for
game.
it.
It's coming out on November 8th, which is like 3 days before God of War, so I'm not getting it.
It's gonna be on Game Pass.
I
don't know that for sure.
I'm getting God of War at launch.
Is anything Ubisoft on Game Pass?
No, I don't think directly. They do have. I'm sorry. I am sure that their games do cycle in and out. I think they're one of the ones where, like, if you have that Ubisoft subscription service, it adds things to Game Pass.
They had the Uplay for a while, which they are getting rid of soonish, I think. And then they're probably just going to throw it all in.
We can hope. Trackmania, though, everyone loves Trackmania.
Just Dance 2023 is all we need to talk.
Yeah, Trackmania is dope.
Trackmania is actually a lot of fun. The weird thing is, like, that game, like, it's going to be on Stadia and Luna.
Yeah,
like,
that won't. But...
No, not at all. The fact that they're actually still putting things on Stadia and Luna,
people want it. People want it.
But let's see what else we got. We got all the Tom Clancy. We got some Riders Republic, some Crew 2. Yeah, there was not much there was a lot at this Ubisoft thing and nothing at the same time. Like that's outstanding. Good job, Ubisoft.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure like all right, Rainbow Six mobile gameplay. Who cares? Who gives a shit? Division Heartland is gearing up for another testing phase. I don't even know what that is. Division 2 Season 10. I didn't even realize it was fucking 10 seasons. Division Resurgence, a mobile spin-off. Who gives a fuck about mobile spin-off shit? Like, I'm sure they're big fans of these series, really do care about this. I enjoyed Division 2. I've never beaten it. I've never made it all the way through. I play it once in a while. It's probably been over a year and a half since I played it. But, like, yeah, none of us really care about this shit. But I'm sure there are people who do. Same with Riders Republic. I'm sure there's people who really do care about this.
Oh, there absolutely are. Like, 100%. It's just not us.
Yeah. The only thing I'm really interested in is Mythic Quest Season 3, and I don't even have Apple TV, so.
Yeah, I do want to watch that at some point. Next time, whenever Ted Lasso comes back and I subscribe to Apple TV, I might try and, like, just, like, burn through that. Apple TV apparently has a bunch of really good shows that, like, get a lot of good buzz. But, like, I don't want to pay for it, like, consistently. So I'm just going to wait until there's a bunch of stuff I want to watch and then just kind of watch it all together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to do, well, there's Mythic Quest, I want to watch Ted Lasso, and I want to watch, Severance.
Yeah, Severance is the other one. And there's something else on there that I've heard good things about too.
There was the one with Aquaman on there.
Yeah, the one where he's blind, or like his entire tribe is blind, and like somebody is born with sight or something.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot on there, but fuck getting another streaming service.
Exactly.
But yeah.
So then there was a Sony State of Play. This is not in order because the Sony State of Play came after the Nintendo thing, but there was a Sony State of Play. It opened up. It really set my expectations low with the way it opened up. We had a Tekken 8 trailer. At no point did somebody get thrown into a volcano.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they even did it when they added the guy to Smash Brothers. That was his Smash Brothers trailer. Was him throwing all of the Smash characters into the volcano, and then he went to throw Kirby in, and Kirby just kind of like floated himself out.
Oh,
I mean, they are fighting on a volcano, it seems like.
It's not the same.
My God, did that game look gorgeous, though.
It does look very good.
Like, when it's just a fighting game, like, you could just put everything into how it looks. If it seemed as if, like, maybe they might be changing up the fighting style to where it looked a lot more like counters and like parries and shit going on.
I think that's...
I don't know.
I've never played a Tekken game.
I've never fucking played a Tekken game.
I have not played a Tekken game since Tekken 2 in the arcade.
Like, that's Tekken.
But you know what? If you want something entertaining, just look up a montage of all of the endings for all the different characters. It has some of the best and worst fighting game endings, because every character has a unique ending. Like Drew, did you ever watch the ranking of Tekken endings on Giant Bomb?
No, I need to.
It's really good because it's just like you have the ones where it's like Hayachi, I think, and somebody else where all of theirs are basically them killing each other and throwing them into volcanoes and shit. But then you have like King, who all of his have like these weird like motion captured children. Like in his first one, it's and King's the one that wears the tiger face. It's him walking up to like this house in the snow, and then all of these like not even motion capture. It's what they did for the characters in the original Mortal Kombat, where like it's like face scan sort of stuff. It's a bunch of children coming up to him using that technology. So it's like this polygonal character with these like pixely real people like jumping around him and like cheering for him. It's so weird.
That's weird.
Yeah, no, Tekken has the best ending.
But you know, we need to hurry up and move on. We're spending too much time on Tekken. We have to talk about PlayStation Stars.
Oh, I was drawing a blank. I'm like, what? Yeah,
it's loyalty digital collectible program, guys. I'm not collecting Funko Pops anymore.
Good. I've been trying to break you of that for like 2 years.
I'm now buying digital collectibles. I'm buying fucking goddamn fucking tees. God damn it, PlayStation. God damn it.
But they didn't call them NFT.
But they're NFTs.
But they might not be. It depends if they're on the blockchain.
They're NFTs because you can't do anything with it except sell it to somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think you can sell it.
I don't even think you can sell these.
That's what I mean.
What the fuck is it for?
They're not on the blockchain as far as we know. So like there is no selling them. It's like a trophy. It's literally the same thing as getting a trophy or in Astro's Playroom when you
yeah, that's
it's that, but it's at the system level.
Yeah, when they did that, I'm like, really, Sony, you had to stop all of this actual good information. You had to stop and then give us this real quick.
And like that was the first time they've had a human being on one of these things in like 3 years, and that's what they brought him on for.
Yeah,
and like I have my like I don't know what it is. So I watched the Nintendo and Sony back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time the Sony one wrapped up, like I had that same feeling of just like this feels so robotic and soulless every fucking time.
Yeah, I mean it's an info dump for like it's more of an info dump for me than like the Nintendo Directs are, because it is just go go go. Whereas like Nintendo Direct actually kind of has a little bit of personality, even though we only saw people for like maybe 3 minutes.
Yeah, but even like the voiceover, like when people are announcing things and like explaining them, there's like emotion and stuff into it.
Yeah, this is just trailers, is what this is.
And the voiceover is just like that same girl without any real like emphasis on anything.
Yeah.
But I guess as far as trailers were shown, we're getting the Like a Dragon Ishin game, which is it's a port of like a PS3 or 4 Yakuza game that's set in like feudal Japan, which is cool. Like there's nothing that's not bad, but that's coming out in February. I'm trying to think what else was cool on here. That
there was we didn't really see much or get much information for it, but Pacific Drive looked really interesting. First person driving survival game. Like
that was weird. And like at first I'm just like, oh, this doesn't seem good, but then like as it kept going on I'm like, okay, maybe this is actually interesting.
Yeah, and then they stacked out the end of it with they had I'm not too interested in it, but like the Synduality looked interesting. Then go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that one actually. That was the one I missed the Pacific Drive on the list. That Synduality is one of those ones where it's like I'd like to see more. I'd like to see like what this game actually is. But it has the last few years, like there have been some decent of those like Platinum game style action games, and this looks like it might be in that vein. But with robots, like giant like mechs. So like I'd like to see what the gameplay and like everything actually is.
But then we had Stellar Blade, which I was just like blown away by. I was like, this looks fucking sweet.
It's funny, like, I actually thought when they showed this last year, I want to say. Or actually, no, I'm sorry, it might have been 2019. The last time that they...
2019 was when it was announced, yeah.
Yeah, the last time that they showed this, I thought it looked more interesting than it did. Not that it did, like, it still has some promise. Like, I'm still, like, intrigued to see more of it. But just, it didn't look as interesting as it did when the last time we saw a trailer for it.
Mm-hmm. And then we had Rise of Ronin as well, which
is just not Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I guess. I never played Ghost, actually.
Neither did I, but like it looks a whole lot like Ghost of Tsushima without quite being Ghost of Tsushima.
But that also super piqued my interest. I was just like, man, there's so many like pretty sweet looking action games coming out for the PlayStation
and that was a Team Ninja game, so like
yeah, Rise of the Ronin was Team Ninja,
which Team Ninja did Sekiro, I think, right?
Believe so.
Or actually, no. Did From do Sekiro?
Team Ninja did Neo.
That's 2. The one that they did.
Yeah,
Ninja
From
Gaiden.
Software did Sekiro. Yeah, Neo is the one I was thinking of.
They also did the Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy game as well, but I mean that one.
That game was chaos.
Yeah, chaos.
Just pure and simple chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And then they wrapped it up with fucking God of War.
Yeah, which holy shit. Man.
No, you played 2018 God of War, right?
Yep.
Drew, you didn't though. Like you don't actually care for those games, I believe.
Correct. I've only ever played the first God of War, and I mean, it was a fine character action game back in.
Yeah, like I don't think those original God of Wars hold up even a little bit. Like
probably not.
Yeah, 2018 was decent though.
The original God of Wars are very much products of their time. At least 100%. God of War 1, God of War 2. Like, they still stuck with the edgy kind of, edgy kind of humor and whatnot. God of War 3 just went overall insane and ridiculous and was fantastic. By far the best of the 3. But it's just like as weird as it sounds, they went very, Kingdom Hearts with God of War. Because it was like God of War 1, 2, and 3, and then they had like 7 other like sequel prequels and shit going on.
Yeah, so what did they have? It was like 2 or 3 Vita or PSP games, and then Ascension, I think, was a PS3 game.
Yeah.
And I tried playing 1, like in the when they did like the PS3 remaster of 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
I played maybe half of 1 and just could not get into it. And that was back in like early mid PS3 era, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So like not that far removed from when the game released, but. Yeah, and then I got 2018, and I'm just like, oh, this is actually really good, and I knew enough about God of War to like get some of the references.
Yeah, and I'm super excited for it. 11/9, we actually have a release date for it. They have a pretty sweet ass looking fucking controller that I kind of want to get, and I'm not going to. But now I have a goal of getting a really good capture card.
And you only have a month to do it.
Well, I should be getting a payout for Twitch, and not even should. I will be getting at least at $100 payout from Twitch in October. Might be around $120, $130.
And like you can get like the 1080 Elgatos for like under $200.
Yeah, I originally had told my parents that I wanted a new grill or help paying for a new grill for my birthday, and they said, "We'll give you money for it when you're ready to buy it." I might turn around and say, "I want something else for my birthday. Can I have the money?" And that's how I'll be able to get this capture card. Like,
yeah, and like at least you don't have to break the bank for something like that. Like Elgatos are not super expensive, and they're actually very easy to use because you plug the console in, you plug the computer in, you plug your output in.
The one I was looking at was like $250, and it was an actual card that goes into the computer, and like into your Mobo.
Don't do that. There's a chance that it will not fit correctly in your PC because it's a pre-built like from a manufacturer PC. They're also much harder to get to work correctly.
But I still have to check everything. Like, this was looking at it literally today. Like, for like 10 minutes when I had like a few seconds of free time. I was like, I need to look at a capture card or figure out what I'm gonna do. Because I'm definitely gonna be playing God of War Ragnarok on stream. Like, that's gonna be, honestly, games like that, like, as I got a lot of interactions and views from a clip that I posted on Instagram of playing Senua's Sacrifice. Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. That I'm just like, games like that, people like seeing you do cool shit like parrying and whatnot. I need to get more clips like that. So I need to start playing more games like that. Which is why I've been really wanting to push for getting Sifu, which is available on Epic Games Store. But I also just want to be able to play games like Returnal again, because that game was just so cool, and you got the runs that you can do in that.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'd be able to get a lot more clips and views and whatnot from playing some of those other games. But I don't get all the cool features if I just stream from my PS5, which is why I need that capture card.
Yeah, and like it's a little bit harder to do like just normal stuff that way too, like monitor chat and everything.
Not really. It's the same. It's just using my phone to look at chat, or I could have chat just pop up on screen and be on there the whole time.
Oh, I didn't know you could actually have it pop up on screen.
Yeah, it just pops up right on screen anytime anybody chats. Like, there's two ways you can do it on the PlayStation system, on the PlayStation hardware. It's either you have it set to where there's like a whole banner where it shows the chat as it's going, with like your viewer count, how long you've been streaming and whatnot, or you could just have it pop up as a bubble with the chat. And I know someone who actually has their system set up to read what the chat is saying. So it's like a talk to text or text to talk through the PlayStation itself. So like it'll read the chat to him. So it's just if I wanted to stream through my PlayStation, I could easily do it. I could hook up my mic, could hook up my headphones, could hook up my webcam all to the PlayStation, set it up, and play from there. And would be fine. But like none of the reactions or reward things or whatever will show. So I wouldn't hear any of the noises. I wouldn't hear any of the notifications.
Okay, that's
yeah.
And I just sent you an Amazon link to the Elgato something 60. HD 60.
60s?
Yeah, it does 1080 60 or 4K 60, depending on like what you actually are using it on. But since Twitch doesn't actually do 4K, you only need to do 1080, and you can save your bandwidth a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's basically there's an input that you plug your PlayStation into, an output that you plug into your television, and then there's a USB that plugs into your computer, and it will pipe that into OBS for you, without you having to like fiddle with actually putting a thing in your computer. Because from what I hear people talk about, the only time that people use those built-in cards is when they have a secondary streaming computer. So like the two PC setups. Everyone I ever hear like on streams, even from like bigger outlets that would just get this stuff expensed, they just use like Elgatos and stuff like that, like the little box ones. Plus they're portable, so it's easy for you to like if you ever went somewhere and wanted to stream with somebody and they didn't have a setup, you could just bring that and plug it in.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was a PlayStation.
Well, real quick before moving on from that, I kind of thought that Demio game for the PSVR 2 looked kind of cool.
I didn't say anything about it because I've seen it before. It's not a new release.
It's not?
No, I've seen people play Demio before.
Huh.
I have never heard of it before. Like, I saw it here. I thought it was new.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, apparently it's been out for a little while.
So I think what it was, Critical Role did one of theirs, like, everything is content, and they played that.
Okay.
Yeah, and so I watched them play that. I mean, I guess it's it's April 7th is when it came out, I guess, according to Steam. But, like, yeah, I didn't talk about it because I've seen it before, so it wasn't anything, like, too special. It does look cool, though. Not trying to talk it down.
Yeah,
it does look cool.
I skipped the VR stuff because I figured, Rich, you're not going to buy a PSVR 2, and Drew, you get headaches in it, so you usually don't give any fucks.
I've been fine playing VR.
Oh, I thought you got headaches playing VR.
Nope.
Oh, since when?
And
I mean, the very little... I haven't played a whole lot, but, like...
I'm thinking of 3D movies.
Yeah, 3D movies fucked...
Well, I mean, they suck anyway, so...
Yeah, but they're bad.
I think I assumed, because you got them with 3D movies, that VR did it too.
No. Like, I was totally fine playing the bit I played at Eric's for an hour or two way back when.
Okay. Well, there you go. Buy a PSVR 2 and get some Demio going on.
I might. We'll see. We'll see how much the thing winds up costing.
$700.
Never mind.
Yeah, and I would get a PSVR 2 if I could afford it.
I mean, you're getting those Twitch dollars now, man.
I gotta get an Elgato. I need new emotes. I need other shit for my stream.
Man, nobody cares about emotes.
Some people do, but
I know it's weird. That is the one thing, like, I just don't get people, like, it's just so weird.
Agreed.
One of the better ways to get exposure is to have free emotes so that people can use them on other people's streams. And then people will be like, oh my god, that emote is great. And then follow you to get that emote.
That's...
Yeah, like, I'm glad that is a way that you can get followers. I just don't get it.
I am subscribed to someone who I actually enjoy watching, but I normally wouldn't have subscribed to them. But one of the emotes I use the most is a twerking zebra from them that, like, I am now subscribed to them until I stop using Twitch because I need that twerking zebra. It's just...
I don't understand using emotes on Twitch entirely. Like,
because you can't use GIFs.
Who cares?
Yeah,
so,
I guess...
like, when I'm talking to somebody, I can use an emote. I can use a sad. I can have a sad walnut. If somebody says something and wants to have a sad emote, instead of doing colon apostrophe under close parenthesis and do a sad face, whatever, and do a sad face. There, they can just use a sad walnut or whatever other emotes. It's something you can do in chat, and it makes the chat more fun. Sometimes you can even activate an emote-only chat where people just do emote walls, and it's just fun.
Yeah, I guess I don't really
Cobb disagree.
Yeah, I don't really use GIFs though either. Like, I just say what I want to say. Like, it's like I will use a GIF occasionally, but it's not like a go-to.
Look, sometimes GIFs express more than just what you want to say.
Yeah, but also at the same time, sometimes I don't know what GIF I'd want to use, and when I, like, type in a search and I see them and none of them are good, I just say, I'm just going to type the words instead.
Yep.
That's fine,
there are some good GIFs out there. I'm not saying there aren't. It's just, and, like, whenever I see chats that, like, are just full of emotes, I tend to just turn the chat off.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's never, like, just full but, like, people like emotes. People like using emotes. People
they do.
Being,
I agree. They do.
Like,
it's just weird.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't disagree that there are people that do like to use them. Don't fucking understand it, personally.
Yeah, and not us telling you that you should not get them, because, like you said, like,
no,
it's a way for you to get more followers.
You guys flat out told me not to get emotes when I was getting emotes with my first payout.
I mean, yes, that was true, because you should have gotten an Elgato.
Yeah.
At the time, I didn't need one.
Yes, you did.
I mean,
You've literally always needed it.
No, at the time I didn't. I didn't have plans to play PlayStation. I didn't have plans to play my PS5.
But
I had all the games that I have and have had were available either on PC or on my Switch, which works absolutely fine with what I use to play my Switch games. I did not need an Elgato back then. I needed emotes because I didn't have any emotes, and my subscribers were getting nothing for subscribing.
Except for the pleasure of supporting you.
At that time, I had maybe 2 ads an hour, so my ads no ads wasn't really getting them much either. It was an extra minute of screen time.
It's funny, like you say like they're getting them nothing. I pay extra money on every fucking service to not have ads.
Well, that's that. Like I said, you're talking Hulu, where you get an ad every 10 minutes. I had a minute of ads every hour.
Oh no, but I mean, I watch, if I open up Twitch and I see somebody streaming, and I'm not subscribed to them, and even if I'm, there have been people where I'm like, oh, I'll throw them my Prime this month. And Twitch has updated, so it lets you do it now. But for a while there, from the mobile app, you could not fucking subscribe while an ad was playing. If I opened it up and the ad started playing before I could hit subscribed, I didn't bother. I just closed Twitch. Because, I don't want to watch the shitty Twitch ads at all. Not even a little bit. I get that it gets people money, but, I hate them. It ruins my time. I'm not going to fucking support them. The ads, not the streamer.
But it's 30 seconds to a minute and 30.
Yeah, that's a minute and 30 that I could go do something else.
Then do something else while it's playing and then come back and watch.
It's on my phone.
Okay.
I'm going to close the app so that I can do something else on my phone.
You don't need to close the app. You can do something else on your phone while it's playing.
Oh no, I have that fucking, I have that stupid little screen thing turned the fuck off. I hate that.
But no, see, here's, this is, you have a bad argument. Because you could be doing something else in that minute and a half. You could have been doing something else when you were watching them anyway.
What do you mean?
That minute and a half, I could be doing something else, and I'm using my phone to watch them. So, are you foregoing doing anything when you're watching this stream?
If I'm watching it, I'm actually paying attention to it.
But that minute and a half is going to cut you away from watching the stream.
Yeah, I don't want to watch an ad.
Because that minute and a half is so vital to your life.
Yes, it is. I pay an extra $7 for Hulu to not have an ad. Because
it's not one ad, though. That's the difference. You pay $7 to not have 2 minutes of ads every 10 minutes.
Here, Richie, and Cobb, I'm pretty sure you're much like me. When I'm, listening to the radio, when I'm driving now, if an ad comes on a radio station, I immediately change the station. If it goes to another ad, change the fucking station. If the next station has an ad, change the fucking station. If then the fourth station has an ad, I fucking turn off the radio.
Yeah, I stopped listening to the radio a decade ago because of ads. I subscribed to YouTube Premium because I don't want to watch ads. If videos have baked-in ads, or if podcasts do baked-in ads, and there's not a way to subscribe to them and not have them, I stop listening or watching those channels. I do not want ads in my life.
But when it comes to the radio, I understand that because an ad break on the radio is 10 minutes.
I don't. One, no, they're not. Two, literally, if I turn the radio on and it's on an ad, it could be the last ad in that ad break. I'm fucking changing the station. I don't want to hear an ad.
And Richie, to be fair to you, I have opened your stream up, put my phone on the couch, and walked away so that the fucking ad would play, so that you would get your ad thing. Because I think you get money for people watching them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have done that because I know you, but if it's just a random fucking person that I don't know that has plenty of fucking viewers already, and an ad plays, I'm not going to stick around and watch an ad.
Exactly.
And I don't follow people the way you do. I don't go looking for small streamers. I go looking for things that I'm interested in. And, they usually I'm not watching the ninjas where they have thousands and thousands of viewers, but they usually have over 100 is their average, and it's there are plenty of viewers here. I do not need to waste my 2 minutes just to see if they're playing something I want to watch.
Okay. I'm all right. I don't know. It's just like a minute and a half. Like, I don't know how long their pre-roll ads would be. Your enter ads are going to be. Mine are a minute and a half. So 6 minutes or 4 minutes after my stream. 4 minutes? No. So mine are 2 minutes. My my ad breaks are 2 minutes every half hour. 2 minutes or 4 minutes, 4 or 5 minutes after my stream starts, a 2-minute ad break comes in. I have rolled that into my start time. I have my counter go down from 7 minutes. And then once it reaches 5, a 2-minute ad starts, and once the 2-minute ad is done, I am on stream. And then a half hour later, 2 minutes go by. But if you were to enter my stream after those 5 minutes, you get a 2-minute ad break right off the bat.
Yeah. And so, excuse me, I usually I never open a stream before it starts. I don't see the notifications that early. So by the time I open it, the person is already streaming. And if I'm sitting in my office during work and there's somebody streaming, I will open it up on the computer and let it play. But there are times where I'm literally just opening it on my phone to see what they are playing, and if my Twitch Prime thing is up, throw my Twitch Prime to somebody. I'm not going to sit there for 2 minutes while I wait for an ad to play to just throw my Twitch Prime on something. If it was like YouTube and those ads played in the background, you could hear them, but you'd have to physically have the app open, I probably wouldn't care as much. But I have to physically keep that app open, and
you don't though. You turned off the feature
because it's an annoying fucking feature.
But you're now complaining. Well, not complaining, but you're now saying, I would watch the ad if I could watch it in the background, but I turned off the feature because it's a bad feature. So the feature that I want to use, I'm not going to use.
That is not watching it in the background. That is still taking up part of my screen when I'm trying to fucking read something.
But you wouldn't be reading that thing if they didn't have the ads.
Exactly. But why would I
watching the content?
Yeah.
Not a fucking ad.
But the 2 minutes... This is what I'm confused about. You have 2 minutes. Those 2 minutes determine whether or not you're going to read whatever you're going to read or watch the stream.
Yeah, because again, I am not opening it on my phone to watch the stream. I'm opening it up on my phone to see if they're doing something that I care about that maybe I want to watch it on the TV. Because to be fair, the Android TV app for Twitch is fucking abysmal. It takes so fucking long to open and to actually load a stream. It's you have to check what's going on first before you even bother trying to load that app up. It's so fucking bad. Or to, like I said, to just throw them my Twitch Prime sub. You can do it now. You can actually subscribe while an ad's playing. 2 months ago, you couldn't. As soon as the ad started playing, you couldn't do anything, and it was super frustrating. So I think there was one time where I was trying to give you the Twitch Prime during your sub thing back in June, and it wouldn't let me. It just straight nope, sorry, you have to watch the 2-minute ad first. I'm but I literally want to give the money to not have the ad. Why can't I
think your wife at the time had already given me a sub, though.
Yeah, but I think it was before we realized that was how it worked. So, I didn't have the sub button to click on. When an ad started playing before, it got rid of the subscription button. So, you couldn't do anything. I don't think you could even see what the person was playing anymore. You just had to wait for the ad to finish. Now they changed it, and, the sub button is there. And so I think I think the drop down of what they're playing is there again, too. But they're getting rid of hosting. So, they fixed one thing and then got rid of something else that people liked.
I'm hoping they decide against that.
And apparently, they're basing it on larger streamers who it does not actually impact. But, fuck you, who, it probably does do a little bit for.
100%. They don't care about the small streamer. There was a streamer who got a 7-day ban for having sex on stream.
I remember you saying that a few weeks ago.
There was another streamer, a friend of mine that I've met through streaming, who he was flirting with his boyfriend on his stream, and somebody reported them and got a 7-day ban for flirting with their boyfriend.
Yeah, but that guy doesn't make Twitch probably $1,000 a month or something.
The chick who was having sex didn't make a lot of money either, though. But it's just it's such a weird ban
she
combination.
Probably does now.
I had another streamer who was setting up their alerts and their exclamation mark chat commands and whatnot, and they were testing them on their chat. they got a 24-hour ban because they were spamming messages in their own fucking chat. This is someone who has less than 200 followers. Got a 24-hour ban for testing chat commands. Twitch doesn't care about the small streamer at all. But, like, it's no better really anywhere else. So it doesn't matter. If you want to get into this, you got to deal with the bullshit at first.
Yeah, I mean, all of that stuff is stupid. You should change platforms and stream exclusively on Facebook.
No.
Facebook gaming all the way.
At this point, it would be stupid for me to change platforms. If it were still early on and I had like less than 100 followers, I could probably change. And I know you're saying this as a joke, but I'm legitimately like, no, at this point, I can't change platforms.
Dude, Ninja did it. Ninja went to Microsoft and then back.
Yeah, because A, he was paid by Microsoft to do that, and B, he's got millions of followers who will follow him. I have, on average, 7 people that come to my stream every day, give or take. Like, they might not even follow me.
That's valid. Did you actually see, Ninja and Pokimane both decided they just don't want to fucking stream on Twitch anymore? Or, like, at all? We're done. Like,
I saw a YouTube short where somebody was interviewing Amaranth, and they announced, like, oh yeah, I make $1.5 million a month on OnlyFans, so, like, I don't really need to do anything else anymore. And it's just like, that's insane. That's obnoxious.
Yeah, I forget who it was. It was one of, like, the girls that basically just streams in, like, a swimsuit all the time. Like was on Twitter, like, explaining something like, years ago. I saw, like, an article for it where, like, she was just buying gas stations in Canada because, like, when the taxes broke down because she had so much money from Twitch that, like, she was basically being paid to buy the gas stations regardless of how well they did.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, cool. So, like, that's what being rich is.
Yeah. Eventually you have to spend that money to make money. Otherwise, they're going to be spending a lot of money on taxes. And so they're going to be like, all right, let's spend the money to make money so that we don't have to pay taxes. But we still have the Nintendo Direct to get into.
That's true.
So let's move on to that. There was a lot in this Nintendo Direct, in my opinion.
There was a lot. Not all of it was particularly interesting, but there was a lot.
Yeah, not all of it was super interesting. Not all of it was new, per se. Like, I know you guys don't really care. I'm gonna get into some of the lesser, excitable things. But we got an announcement for the 4 tracks for Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 booster, courses. I think 3 of them were from the mobile game and 1 was from the Game Boy, DS, for the DS one. I can't 100% remember. It was, Merry Mountain from Mario Kart Tour, Peach Gardens from Mario Kart DS. And then, it's 8 courses, not 4 courses. I'm dumb. But, yeah, they gave us information for Wave 3, which was pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to that. They also announced a bunch of, N64 games coming to the online service.
Including, like, 3 fucking Mario Party games.
3 Mario Party games, both Pokemon Stadium games. And they had to have a disclaimer at the bottom. These games do not work with transferring Pokemon.
Okay.
There was a disclaimer on the bottom for that. And then, like, the flight simulator type game. And then
Pilot Wing 64.
Pilot Wings.
There was another one, 1080 Snowboarding. 1080
Snowboarding. And then they announced one last one, but they faked everyone the fuck out with this. Cause to me, at least, when I heard it, I swear it started with the Metroid Prime music. And on the top corner it said Player 1, and it had the Samus token, and then it was GoldenEye 64.
Well, yeah, why would it be Metroid Prime?
Well, this was after they were done the Switch Online announcements. Like, this wasn't, like, part of that whole group.
Oh, see, I still thought it was part of the Switch Online stuff,
no,
so I...
Like, the Switch Online stuff ended, and then it went to... I think it cut to like a red screen and it was like, oh, and we have one more announcement. And then it went to that and they tried to fake people out, it seemed. With maybe Metroid Prime remake or whatever.
So I think you may have actually gotten distracted during it. I fast forwarded to that point and played the thing. it shows like the end splash screen of like the here's what's available from the online expansion, and then as it's fading to black, it's the voiceover going like, oh, we have one more game we're adding to it, and then it starts playing the 007 theme.
I might not have heard the adding to it, but the music they started playing before the 007 theme sounded off, to me, sounded like Metroid Prime.
Somebody hasn't fucking played GoldenEye.
I mean, not in 20 years.
That's some GoldenEye-ass GoldenEye music.
No, like, it starts with, like, a like, it started with, like, what I have remembered Metroid Prime to be. Like, it's not the dun-dun-dun. No, I know that's fucking GoldenEye.
Oh, you know
But,
why it has the fucking
because
thing that looks like the Metroid icon? Because it's the fucking player icon from the Switch.
The player, the Switch, see? The Switch player icon is the Samus badge. And
that's hilarious.
Like, if you go back and rewatch that, thinking of it, like, you're gonna be like, oh, they did try to fake people out. I swear they tried to fake people out.
They did not. Like, it fades so quickly, and like, as it's fading, it's the voiceover saying we have one more game to announce that's coming to the online pack.
But besides the Switch Online stuff, we gotta...
Well, real quick, so the GoldenEye has online play, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Which, no, fucking don't. No one do that.
Why?
Don't play GoldenEye. It's a fucking bad game, dog.
Dude, I wonder if you can play it with both controllers, though.
I mean, you can. You just use two different Joy-Cons.
Probably.
No. Two different Pro controllers is what I mean.
I doubt it, but I mean, we played this shit out of it back in the day.
Yeah, guess what? That game and almost no N64 games hold up.
Yeah, I mean, like GoldenEye, like I've played it in the last 8 years. It does not play well at all.
No,
but like
it doesn't.
It's still like multiplayer in GoldenEye with like online multiplayer with strangers. No, that would be a fucking terrible time. Like couch co-op multiplayer with like people, like that could actually be a good time with like the right group of people.
Also apparently that GoldenEye, they're releasing it on Xbox Game Pass with like actual like updated visuals and what.
Yeah, because it's they own Rare. I think it was one of those things where they owned the Rare side of it, but Nintendo I think owned like the license for the game. So they probably came to some agreement that like they would both put it out at the same time and it would be okay. Yeah, because I think the Xbox Game Pass version that they have like announced has the Rare Replay logo, so it's probably actually going to be patched into Rare Replay if you own that.
Mm.
But GoldenEye's neat.
Yeah.
Rich, now how about all of the Life Sim games?
Dude, this was the year of farming for Nintendo. Like, and a lot of them I was like, "Oh, that looks fun. Oh, that looks fun. Oh, that looks fun." The one I was kind of most interested in, turns out it's going to be a major bust. Was that shit? What was it called again? No, not Harvestella. Various Day Life.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The one you were talking about a little while ago.
Yeah, which apparently, from what I hear, is just a bust. It's like a text-based RPG sim type thing that I don't know. But like there was a bunch. There's so many like farming sims and life sims that like I can't even keep track of them all.
Dude,
one of them.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it was Atelier Ryuza 3 Alchemist of the End. Might have been one that I was looking at where it was like...
That was more of like an action RPG than a life sim.
But it was like both. It was like a life sim and an action RPG.
No,
like
that's Harvestella.
Is that Harvestella?
Yeah.
Where it's like you take care of your farm and then you have to also go save the world.
Yeah, that is Harvestella. That game actually looks like it could be really cool. The Atelier Ryuza 3 is more of just like an action RPG sort of thing. But I like that they're remaking Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life, but it's going to be a story of seasons. I really like that, like in this one, like you just get older and your kid gets older, and I'm assuming at some point people will die.
Yeah,
like
I was wondering that, like how long do I have to play for characters to die for me to take over playing as my kid? Like how long will that take?
Oh, and apparently I just saw apparently G4 is laying off a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I haven't really paid much attention to the G4 YouTube channel. They're I don't know. Some of their stuff is just like whatever. It wasn't what I was expecting it to be. Like, I was expecting to get, like, Attack of the Show and stuff on certain... But no, it's just... It's mostly podcasts, but on video form. Video podcasts.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Harvestella, they had Fae Farm, which seemed cool. I was super pumped about the Fatal Frame. I was like, that looks pretty sweet.
So it's a remake of the Wii one that I don't think we actually ever got in the US.
Mm-hmm. It's the first time coming to US. They showed more for Front Mission 1 and 2 remakes. I'm sure, I don't know if you're interested in it, but that stupid game Rain Code, the Danganronpa game.
Actually, yeah, I thought that one looked like it could be really cool.
I hated the main character because he had a question mark in his hair, and I was like, fuck this guy.
No, that's great.
I hated it. I hated it so much. I was just like, I'm done with this because of his hair.
Stop hating silly anime things. They're great.
I hate it because of his hair. But yeah, like there was a lot in this direct.
Fitness boxing, Fist of the North Star.
Dude, when I saw Fist of the North Star fitness boxing, I was like, I might need to get that. I might need it. And Endless Dungeon, which I think is a Steam game. I think I've heard of it before. But then we got some stuff for Splatoon's Splatfest. There's new DLC for or Wave 2 DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Battle League update for Mario Strikers with some new characters.
Yeah, they were adding Diddy Kong and Pauline to it?
Yeah, Diddy Kong and Pauline.
Switch Sports is finally getting Switch Golf or
yeah,
Wii Golf.
But they had to they've told us about that. But they had to postpone the release date.
Yeah,
so
it's December or holiday, I think they said.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be like October, November, but it might now be like mid-September or mid-December, maybe even January.
Well, they said holiday, so and I think they said holiday 2022.
Yeah,
so they'll probably hit it.
Yeah, we got another trailer for Bayonetta,
and there was also that trailer for Crisis Core.
Yeah, the Crisis Core is it like a remake or like I can't even remember what that is.
So yeah, I mean it is a remake. So or it's more than a remaster, but it's not like Final Fantasy VII remake. Like it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Because from what they said in the trailer, they've updated the combat system because that game didn't have a great combat system. Like it had one that worked for the PSP. Let's put it that way. But like the game actually, like it looks much better than a PSP game would look now too. And that comes out in December, so it's not that far away.
We also got Pikmin 4 coming out in 2023.
Yeah, but we also got Pikmin Bloom info, right?
Is that what Pikmin Go is called?
Yeah, it's called Pikmin Bloom. You said you had it installed for a while.
No, I do have it installed. I was just looking at it because I don't use it because it's just a step counter.
Yeah.
Like, it's all it is a step counter. It's nothing really special. Like, Miyamoto said he has, like, 300 fucking Pikmin or whatever. It's like, dude, why?
Well, you saw him. He walks from Kyoto to Osaka to Tokyo.
Yeah.
You have any idea how far apart those three places are?
He doesn't walk to those places. He walks when he's in those places.
I know.
And the map actually is clouded up where you haven't seen, so you gotta uncover the fog of war and walk different places. Let me go down this sketchy alley in the middle of Camden. Sure. Oh my god.
Yeah, but see, in Japan, sketchy alleys are safe.
Yeah, I know. It made me laugh that they spent like 5 minutes on that on a game that's been out for 2 to 3 years.
And well, they did it because no one fucking plays it.
I think they said it was like a year and a half. I don't remember. But like, yeah, no one plays it. No one really played it because there's a fucking pandemic going on. You can't really go out and walk when there's in the middle of a pandemic. But I love Pikmin games. I loved all of the original Pikmins. I'm super excited for Pikmin 4. They're just always fun, silly, stupid games.
They are. They are enjoyable games.
Yeah.
They announced a new Fire Emblem.
Mm-hmm.
Fire Emblem Engage.
Engage, where you get to summon emblems.
Fire emblems, even.
They just called them emblems.
They call them emblem rings.
And I was kind of splitting hairs about it. The subheadline for the Fire Emblem is, and it features Marth, but it's like you summon the emblem quotes, and Marth comes out and fights with you in a battle. I don't really know how it works, but like I think I'm splitting hairs, like I said. yes, Marth is in it, but it doesn't feature Marth as he's not a mainstay character. He's a fucking summon.
Yeah, and it looks like Marth, when we were talking before we started recording, we weren't sure. I couldn't remember if it was Marth that debuted in like one of the original Fire Emblems or if it was Roy. Marth is from the original Fire Emblems. He's from Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light in 1990. So, which means Roy first appeared in Smash Brothers Melee.
Yeah. But that one looks pretty good.
I like Fire Emblem.
It's Fire Emblem. It looked like Fire Emblem. It looked like it was going to play like Fire Emblem. But I don't think it didn't seem very, like, social, like the past couple Fire Emblems were. This one might be a little bit more linear.
I have a feeling that it'll still have that social aspect. They were just showing the combat side of it.
Mm.
Because they kind of alluded to you having places to go and, like, interact with people. So I think the last one just had, three houses had such a heavy focus on it that I think it might be a little bit closer to, like, the DS and 3DS ones. But we shall see. Comes out January. Fuck. Wow. That's actually not that far away. There was that Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe. Which is a Wii game that they're bringing over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember ever hearing about this game.
Neither do I. If maybe Richie back in 2011 remembers hearing about it, but it's been 12 or 11 years. I don't remember it at all.
Richie from 11 minutes ago doesn't remember something from 11 minutes ago, so.
What are we talking about again?
Exactly.
But lastly, the last thing they gave us, because we're running an hour and 37 and we still have another hour we have to do.
Well, real quick, Octopath Traveler 2 was announced, with a whole new cast, it looks like, and I'm hoping that maybe this one has a little bit more interconnectivity, and it's not just 8 individual stories where your characters don't interact at all.
They said that there was going to be some interconnectivity, but I never played the original, and I know you weren't a big fan of it, so...
Super cool concept, beautiful art style, like, the mechanics were really neat, but the fact that you would go recruit characters and they would have their own, like, unique stories, but there was no interaction between them or interconnectivity. It's like, when you were focusing on a character's story, the rest of your party were basically just bodies.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, the big thing, the final little tease, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom is coming out on May 12th, 2023.
That is the title for Breath of the Wild 2. It looks pretty solid. I'm glad it's May, because I already have too much I need to buy in October and November.
Yeah, I 100% forgot that this game had, like, that Skyward Swords thing going on where, like, you can go up to, like, the floating islands.
Yeah. I mean, I knew that, but that's also not... So at the end of Skyward Sword, you're in the middle of playing it, right, Cobb?
Yeah, I've played, like, half of it.
Okay, so then...
But I know, like, at the end, like, all the islands come back down to the ground.
Yeah. So
but
Skyloft and everything else comes to the ground, Mount Doom and everything. So, like, or no, Mount Doom wasn't ever up there. But Skyloft and all the other everything comes to the ground. So it's just like, to me, I'm like, I wonder what this area is if it's supposed to be Skyloft, because I know Skyward Sword is supposed to be the very first game in the timeline, and Breath of the Wild, no matter what timeline, it all converges into Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, so I did not mean that those Sky Islands were exactly the ones from Skyward Sword. I just meant it had that Skyward Sword aesthetic of even at one point he has like a glider that looks like a bird.
Yeah.
Like that he rides on like a surfboard.
Yeah. So it's I'm interested in this one. That's going to be another one that, like, I'm definitely probably going to get day one. I got to see where I'm at in May though. Like, with so many games coming out right now, there's a lot freaking I got to get.
Do you guys think that Sony will be able to release Horizon 3 by May?
No.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Didn't Horizon 2 just come out?
Yeah, it's a joke because Horizon 1 came out like a week before Zelda and then just got completely overshadowed by it. And then Horizon 2 came out a week before something else and got completely overshadowed by it.
Right.
Elden Ring. It came out right around the time of Elden Ring.
Yeah.
And it's like the Horizon games are good games, but like something iconic gets released like a week later and everyone's just like, oh yeah, the redhead can wait.
Yeah.
The very last thing to talk about for this There was a short RGG Summit, which is the Yakuza studio, whose name I'm not even going to fucking attempt to pronounce. There were two big announcements here. We're getting Like a Dragon 8, which would be Yakuza 8. Like a Dragon was 7. It's coming in 2024, and it's going to have Ichiban and Kiryu actually like teaming up. And Ichiban is the main character from Like a Dragon, and Kiryu is the main character from Yakuza 1 or 0 through 6th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's super exciting. Kiryu was he was a secret boss that became a summon in Like a Dragon. So if you beat him, you can then call him during battle and he'll come help you out. So I'm excited for that. And then they're also releasing a Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name, which will apparently connect the story from the end of Yakuza 6 to Like a Dragon 8, so that we kind of know how Kiryu gets to where he is in that game.
Yeah.
And man, that's 3 Yakuza universe games in the span of 2 years.
That's a lot of Yakuza.
Yeah, because we're also getting that remake of the feudal Japan one.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're living in the best timeline, guys.
Are we though?
I think so.
I don't know. We'll see.
No,
see
probably
if any
not.
of us lose our arms.
There's too many other just awful fucking things going on.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the Queen died.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But
she was like 1,000,000 years old.
Yeah, and like that doesn't actually matter. But the more aggravating thing is the fact that like on my way home today, I saw the fucking billboard that said R.I.P. to her. I'm like, dude, we're in fucking America. We actively fought them to not care.
And you probably saw that billboard in or at least very close to the city where we wrote a letter to tell the royal family of Britain to fuck off.
It was next to Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
I went on a rant both on stream last Thursday, the day that it was announced that she died, as well as on recording Brose on Saturday. I can't remember what day it was we recorded Brose, Friday or Saturday. I went on a rant saying, like, look, we left them 200 plus years ago. Like, we fought a war to get away from them. To me, it sucks that she died, but to me, an American, I have no idea what the fuck the Queen does. So she is a celebrity. She is a celebrity. And I even went into saying, like, as far as I know, the Queen doesn't really have any true power.
Nope.
The monarchy has
hundreds of years.
Yeah, the monarchy has zero power. So to me, to an American, the Queen is a celebrity, and it's a celebrity death that does not matter to me. And that's, like, I even said this to a UK friend. I was like, look, they decided not to stream. And I was like, I respect your decision, but to me, it's the Queen is just a celebrity in my eyes, because I don't know what she does. I don't hold any honor to her, because I'm an American. The Queen, it means nothing to me. Now, like, if something were to happen to, say, the current running president, all right, maybe I would turn around and be like, all right, out of respect for my country. If something were to happen to the former president, I'd be dancing on his grave right away, absolutely. But, like, it's just, yeah, it's the mourning the Queen in the States is just silly.
Yeah, I agree. Like, it sucks when people die in general. Like, it's sad for her family and everything, but like, that's about it. And now to wrap things up, since we're gonna talk about book club next week, Rich, what is your next pick for book club?
So, my next pick for book club,
Are you not? You didn't even fucking ready?
No,
you told
I am ready. I need to look it up. You guys are going to need to get the free subscription for Paramount Plus if you don't already have it or have access to it.
Oh man, I've already used it. I have to make a dummy account.
Yeah. We're watching the 2016 comedy adventure film Swiss Army Man with Daniel Radcliffe.
All right. I've never heard of that.
It's ridiculous.
Have
From
you
what
seen
I
it?
remember. I've never seen it. I've only seen the trailers, and it's just ridiculous.
You know what, like, I will say, like, most of what Dan Radcliffe did after Harry Potter was just, it seems to just be him having a good fucking time.
Yes, because he's got that Harry Potter money. Who the fuck cares what he does?
Yeah.
Like,
man,
like this
fucking
this
Weird
is,
looks so good.
This is this movie was made after the one where he was a devil, I think, and
Horns, okay.
Yeah, I think this was made after Horns, and this is just like the basic understanding premise I have of this is I don't remember who the other actor is, but Daniel Radcliffe is like a cadaver, basically. Is essentially dead. Can talk, but can't do anything else. But, like, the person who's with him can, like, maneuver his body and use his body like a Swiss Army knife, which is hence the word Swiss Army man.
Also, it's a $3 subscription or a $3 rental, I should say, on Amazon. So I might just do that instead.
It's up to you guys how you want to do it. I have Paramount Plus through my brother, so.
And it's got Paul Dano in it.
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. All right. Yeah. This could be interesting.
Yeah. I was talking about it with some friends the other day, and I was like, I should do that for book club because I've never seen it involved.
And then we will be talking about this on our September 29th episode. So it'll still be 2 weeks from now. We're just going to talk about the National Lacrosse League's 2001 championship game in our next episode, which will come out next week. Cool. Well, with that, I think we're going to wrap this episode up. We will be back next week with some more to talk about. But in the meantime, if you'd like to find more of our content, you can head over to www.one-quest.com. You can help us out by supporting us at patreon.com/onequest. If you can't support us there with your dollars, though, you can go to your favorite podcast platform, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, all those fun places. You get stuff there. Rate us, review us, subscribe to us. It helps a whole bunch. We're on social media, facebook.com/onequestonline or at @1_quest on Instagram and Twitter. Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/onequestvideo. And you can always send us emails to social@one-quest.com. And with that, we'll be back next week with something else to talk about. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.
See yas.